Good evening. Good evening, Chuempala. Good evening, Milenge. Good evening, Zambia. Good evening, depending on which time zone you are in. For those that are in Mountain Time, like we are here in Calgary, it's about 13:30, 1:31 p.m. For those that are in Chuempala, we know it's 21:30. Please let us know where you are catching us from. Today, before I bring in Mr. Nomanch Pakopako, I know that we do have quite a lot of interesting program lined up for you. Please share with as many people as possible. Sharing is easy. Just press your sharing button on your Facebook page and invite many. For YouTube, it's the same. Share and invite as many people as possible so that they can join. The reason why we do this is because we are extremely deliberate about what we are trying to achieve. Now that we have some numbers, we better get started. My name is Elias Munsha, and this is TV Bakwetu. Thank you for joining me. I'm coming to you from Calgary, Alberta, from the offices of Munsha Law, and very soon to be from the offices of Bakwetu Media as well. Thank you for joining me. I want to first of all begin, before my co-host, Mr. Nomanch Pakopako, joins me, to address this very important thing that has been outstanding for a very long time. And please, indulge me for a bit. Each time that a person is arrested in our country, there is the Constitution and there are laws in place that are supposed to regulate how a person can be arrested, for what offenses they can be arrested, and for how long they can be detained at a police station. This matter has now been going on for far too long. We have tried to appeal to the police and to the government of the Republic of Zambia to respect the liberties of our people. And now we understand that Mr. Mubitana still remains detained in a police station. This is not only incorrect, this is not only unfair, it is also unjust and unchristian that a person who is suspected of a crime can be detained beyond the 48 hours that are given by law. My fellow citizens, we cannot continue with this kind of injustice. There are provisions in the law. They are very clear about how long a police officers can detain a person if they are still investigating a case. This idea that the police are going to be detaining people for as long as they want, for as long as they wish, is not right. It is unconstitutional. What else can we say about this matter? We have been saying the same thing over and over again. The Zambia police does not have the power that it is claiming it has under our laws to detain our citizens beyond 48 hours. And what is the crime that Mr. Mubita now is being suspected? It is that of insulting. How then can you keep a person detained in jail for a week investigating a matter of an insult of a president? This is not right. It is not fair. We do understand that the police do claim that they do have a constitutional duty to provide law and order. That is constitutional heresy. It is not true to say that the police have a constitutional duty to do what they are trying to do with political detainees such as Mr. Mubitana. Here is the reason. A bullet and a bomb does not require constitutional rights. The fact that the police have force, makes our constitution to put provisions in the constitution that protect citizens. The constitution of our republic does not exist in order to give the police a sword. Because the police bombs and the police guns and the police rifles, they do not need a constitution Force does not need a constitution. It is the individual liberties of our people, individual Zambians who need a constitution to protect them from guns, from bombs, and from police forces. That is why the Constitution exists. That is why the Bill of Rights exists. But for us to be claiming that the police can do whatever they want because the Constitution tells them that they can do that is inconsistent with our laws. It is inconsistent with our Constitution. This cannot be allowed. This cannot be tolerated. We are appealing to the President of our Republic to begin acting reasonably. And we've been asking for far too long. He assured us when there was a shooting of our 2 citizens last year that he was going to change, that he was going to change the operations of the police, that there's going to be something new that is going to happen with the police. Unfortunately, the police have continued. And the case in point is this detention of Mr. Mubitana. We are not saying that Mr. Mubitana is innocent. That is irrelevant as a question. That is not the matter at all. That is not what we are dealing with here. That is not what we are dealing with here. What we are dealing with is that justice demands, constitutionalism demands that you follow the law when you are charging even the most vicious of the crimes that are committed by our people. There is no need for the police to do what they have done. We are calling upon the police command to behave, to follow the law, to grant back to our citizens the liberties they have, and to stop this political persecution of people that belong to the opposition. There is this other idea. Just a few weeks ago, opposition leaders, including President Edgar Lungu, met at the Cathedral of the Holy Cross to pray for peace during elections. As Christians in our country, we need to begin to refuse, to push back against this idea that there is only one way to achieve peace, and it is only when we gather together and offer prayers of hypocrisy without accompanying action. Here is something that needs to be done. The police must stop this unnecessary detention of Zambians beyond the required 48 hours. That is the greatest thing that we are looking for. And we cannot be gathering together to pray over things that require very clear and tangible action. What is that action? The police should exercise respect for individual liberties of our people. That is what we need. We don't need the hypocrisy of using the Bible, using scriptures, or let alone using Pentecostal prayers as a way, while in fact continuing with the same story of unfair detentions. Today, again, we join Zambians of goodwill that Mr. Mubitana should be released. That there is no way that even if you say that he had insulted the president, that you could keep him in detention without charge for 1 week. We continue to appeal to the president. We continue to appeal to the Inspector General. The world is watching, and the government of the Republic of Zambia will be held responsible if it continues this unfairness. We can't allow this to continue. It has continued for far too long. To those that feel like they are above the law today, be reminded, tomorrow it could be you. The reason why we are fighting for liberties, it is because we love every Zambian, every one of you, no matter how you look, no matter what clothes you choose to wear. Even if you wore curtains, we are going to protect you. We could laugh quite all right, because it's very difficult to resist a laugh when somebody has worn something that makes them look like a clown. Laughing we must, except for a few very mature people who can hold themselves back from laughing when they see a clown. But beyond that, we are one country. We are one people. We must band together and love each other. Loving each other means we know how to treat people that offend us, people that offend the president, people that insult the president. We follow through the clear channels of how they need to be handled. Charge them. You cannot imprison a person 1 week and still say that you are still investigating. That is not right. I do not expect that we have to do this again and talk about it. I do hope once more, because we can never lose hope. We can never surrender to a useless fatalism at the moment. We still have that hope that now this police inspector general will listen to the people of Zambia and respect the rule of law. If you want to arrest everybody, process them within 2 months, within 2 days, within 48 hours. If you have to investigate a matter first and then effect an arrest. You cannot be investigating a matter for 1 week and in the meantime, somebody is rotting in jail. That is unacceptable. Today should have been a very wonderful day, and it's quite sad that we had to begin reminding ourselves of the very things that we should all know and hold very dear and sincere. If it is the Patriotic Front supporters who, after August, get arrested and detained for 1 week without being taken to court, we are going to come back and we are going to speak for them. This is not about political affiliation. This is about just being fair to what our Constitution provides to the individuals of our country, to the small people who have no guns. On that note, I must now bring in my co-host, Mr. Norman Chipakopako, our great co-host, because he has something to tell us today. General.
Good evening, Chiwempala. Good evening, Chipata, and good evening, Pentaoke Central, because I was talking to the Pentaoke Central people. Good evening, Zambia, and good evening, Zambians all over the world. Musha, what an opener. What an opener. What I will say today is that this is supposed to be a very, very interesting day. What a day. I woke up at 4 o'clock and I've been on since 4 o'clock in the morning. And what I can say to add to what you've said, which is just fantastic, is that if they don't release Mubita in the next 24 hours, all the Zambian high commissions, all the Zambian embassies will see the biggest demonstration they've ever seen before. We will embarrass the Zambian government. And I mean it. Because I'm not a lawyer, Musha. You have said it well. Article 3 of our constitution gives every Zambian the right to their freedoms. If they want to charge Mubita, let them go ahead and charge him. I'm not going to say anything more. If they don't release Mubita, we will demonstrate, starting from the London High Commission to all the Zambian embassies throughout the world, and we will embarrass the Zambian government. I think we've said it. That's all. Today is a fantastic day, Musha.
General, we are a Christian nation.
We're supposed to be. We are not.
President Lungu, together with a group of other political hypocrites, were in church praying for peace during elections.
I'm sorry, we're not a Christian country. Mr. Lungu, you are not a Christian. That lady called Mrs. The Minister of so-called Minister of Religious Affairs. You are not a Christian. We are not Christians. let's action speaks louder than words. Where's the Catholic Church? Where's UCZ? Where are the Pentests? Where's Bishop Banda? When a citizen is being arrested and detained without trial, the law says for 24 hours. Here's Mubita, almost a year, locked up for a week. We have hundreds more of Zambians who have been locked up for nothing.
Right.
So if people are saying we're a Christian country, I feel embarrassed to be called a Christian country, and yet we do evil things. We are evil. I'm sorry, Mr. Lungu, you are evil. Your government is evil.
I didn't know that things would escalate so quickly, General. I didn't know that you would escalate so quickly. We need a serious conversation, because this idea, General, that it's almost taken as a rite of passage that politicians must be arrested and must be treated unfairly. I think it's a curse that must be broken.
I think it must. You've said it rightly, Munsha. After the 13th of August, when HH will be president, the 7th president of Zambia, we arrest a PF card and keep him for more than 24 hours. I will be the first one to go up in arms against HH, because it's illegal, it's unconstitutional.
Right.
We cannot be like Uganda. We're not Uganda. We cannot be like Zimbabwe. We're not Zimbabwe. We cannot be like Sudan. Zambia is supposed to be a multi-party and a democratic state. We fought for Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, we fought for Angola, we fought for Mozambique, we fought for South Africa, we fought for Namibia for freedom. This is not the freedom. That's not the freedom I fought for. No, definitely not.
Now, I think, like I said in the intro, there is this misunderstanding, and I've heard it from the police bigwigs themselves, that the police have a constitutional right and duty to do what they are doing. And the Constitution of Zambia has several things that it does. The first thing is it distributes power among all the branches of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. That's what the Constitution does. It says this is what the executive will do, this is what the parliament will do, and this is what judges will do. Because our government is 3 branches, not 1 branch, 3 branches. That is what government is. That's what the Constitution does. But the Constitution also does something where it protects individuals from these 3 levels of government, particularly 2, the legislature and the executive. That's what it does. Because the soldiers, General, and the police have what we call guns and jails and force. And so the Constitution comes to me to protect me. Because when a soldier with a gun comes, then the Constitution says, no, dear soldier, you can't shoot this person because this person has individual liberties. If you want to shoot him, unless a judge allows you to do it, unless they do it legally, unless they do it constitutionally. That's what the Constitution does. But this idea that the Constitution is there to empower the police to victimize citizens, that is not true.
As far as I'm concerned, that's abuse of power. And
that's abuse of power. Right.
The 3 branches of government are all equal.
Yeah.
None of them is more above others. And that's why, for me, I'm saying, where is the judiciary? And the executive has definitely failed to do its job. So we need to have the judiciary questioning this illegality, this unconstitutional behavior by PF government.
You see, legal services are expensive, extremely expensive. You see, there is something that is known as habeas corpus. So habeas corpus is an application that you make in the High Court, and to compel the Attorney General, who is the government's lawyer, to release a person from unlawful detention. But it's an expensive application. So what is Mubita now supposed to do? He's supposed to hire retained lawyers who are going to make this application so that Likando Kalaluka can go in court, or one of his friends can go in court and argue about the illegal detention of a citizen.
It's clear.
Unbelievable.
It's clear.
I'm angry.
It's clear, Musha, that the PF government is trying to use the judiciary to punish the opposition. They want UPND to spend millions of kwacha to secure the freedom of our people. And we've read, for the last 5 years, UPND has been in court every week. Every week we're in court.
Yeah.
What type of a country?
If it bateke chalo. If it bateke chalo. Munjerere ko bachipako kwena kandande kwe chaushi chakwesu. Tefyo bateke chalo. If ifile teka balungu. Tefyo bateke chalo yo. Teture teke chalo. Kwana karimo chalo chakwanoko. This is not right. This is not right. Zambia is a republic with the law and the constitution. We are not trying to curry favor with anyone. All we are asking is nobody in our country should be detained illegally. Nobody.
How will Mr. Lungu feel after the 13th of August if his daughter is detained for a week without trial, without charge? How will he feel if Tasira is locked up?
You see, and that's the cycle that we must deal with and stop. Because after August, there could be some policemen who feel they are doing a favor, assuming that the UPND wins. They will be thinking that they are doing a favor by detaining political opponents of the ruling party.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really, really sad. Anyway, Musha, I think let's not spoil this beautiful day. Let's not spoil this beautiful day.
Over to you.
Today, the 19th of May, 2021, is a day we should remember in the history of our political history of Zambia. Musha, I didn't want to tell you that it was the lady, the Iron Lady herself, going to be the running mate. It was difficult. It has been a very difficult time for us, some of us, to say things but I can tell you, HH is a listening leader. Right. HH listens to people. HH wants to reward loyalty, hard work.
Right.
Mrs. Nalumango was there standing by when HH was in jail. When GBM had run away to South Africa, Nalumango was there.
Right.
She was there, holding the party together. If you can't, if you can't reward such a person, then what are we talking about? Right. Somebody was telling me this morning, this madam is not popular in our village. And I was saying, if she's not popular in our village, but she's loyal and she's a patriot, I don't care.
Right.
It's somebody you can depend on. And for me, as soon as I saw it happening, I cried. Because she deserves it.
You cried?
Yes, I did.
I will not believe it. I can't believe you can cry. You, General, do you have pictures of you crying?
I wish I'd recorded. I wish I'd recorded Mush and our viewers, because you know what? I've been asked questions every day. A friend of mine in Lusaka was saying, if you don't tell me the truth, you're not telling me the truth. Why are you not telling me the truth? It's difficult. Because here we had propaganda from PF. Even this morning, they were telling our people to say KPF was going to be running mate. I kept on saying, no, just wait. So here we are today. They cut off internet. We couldn't connect all our provinces. They cut us off from ZNBC, but we pulled it off.
Right.
So I would like to say thank you so much to our team, which worked very, very hard to organize this. Fantastic.
No. If you want to thank your team, you can go and thank them, your team. This is not your team's broadcast.
I know.
Now,
I know.
General, I noticed something, over this nominee, over this running mate. It feels like a very calming and peaceful appointment.
Yes. A lot of people, HH yesterday posted a very simple question. Who do you think should be my running mate?
Right.
And when we analyzed the response from that question, it was 95% Nalumango.
Right.
And if HH had made a mistake, a lot of people would have said no. But people were saying we are not going to vote. And I was saying, why not? He says, look, that lady has been there. That lady is locked.
Right.
It's a pair of safe hands. Okay. She's calm, she's collected, she's honest, she's loyal.
Right. So that's how it feels. That's how it feels. I have received a lot of feedback and so much peace. Like it's a great decision. It's a very calming decision. It makes every one of us to feel like yes, this is something right over the running mate. Now, I know that pictures sometimes do not tell the complete story, General, right? Do you agree with me?
Oh, a picture can tell a thousand words. It's more than 1,000 words, but it can mislead.
But they don't tell the complete story. So I'm looking at the picture of HH and Miss Nalumango, and I look at the picture of President Lungu and Miss Luo. I compare the two. You can almost see that one picture has a lot of life in it, fresh looking. The other one does not look fresh. So it's quite amazing at that. I look at it and I'm thinking, what is going on here? But I do understand that the Patriotic Front, I don't know what happened when they were rolling their running mate. It looked hurried. It looked very amateurish. You are the party in government, and this major unveiling becomes a disaster. Do you think it was a disaster?
The PF, everything about PF this year has been, last 10 years have been a complete disaster. But the way they went to their convention was a disaster. The way they selected their candidates was a disaster. The way they unveiled their running mate was a disaster. Everything was a disaster. And for me and our team, I kept on saying, guys, look at what PF has done. We should do better. We should give the confidence. As soon as that happened, we posted these two pictures. The Lulu team versus what we call now the Haka Nalu team. Okay? The Lulu team looked depressed.
Yeah.
Very, very depressed. So those two pictures, let's post them next to each other and see the truth. The confidence in HH's photograph with Nalumango. I mean, look at how stunning our first lady was today.
Right.
She was stunning.
Yeah. Now, of course, pictures are superficial, but I think they're telling a story. There is definitely a lot of momentum on the UPND side. Freshness, looks like very forward-looking and vision. I can't say that about the Patriotic Front, unfortunately. I don't know what happened on that day, but it all looked extremely extremely confused and depressed. Now, General, I need to address something regarding the curtains, because we need to talk about this. Now, General, I know that you are an extremely mature man. You've served in the army, you've served as UNIP, and you've served in the Second Republic, so you're extremely mature. But the way the Patriotic Front played and reviewed Professor Nkanduluo is regrettable, because she looked like a clown. Literally.
Say it loud, Musha. You know,
she looked like a clown.
Exactly. Whoever advised that lady to dress up like a clown, it's just sad, really, really sad. And now, you know, even the president himself, Mr. Lungu, would have said, "Madam, I want you to look presentable, please."
Right. Now, I don't know. I'm wondering what happened. Now, there was a certain gentleman. I don't believe him. I don't think he's a serious character. But he says that he has cast a spell on the Patriotic Front. I don't believe that. But that's exactly how that running mate appeared. Now, I don't know what it was all about, and it's very sad. Now, this is State House. This is the ruling party. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of consultants. And what they gave us, unfortunately, was comical. Now, you are mature. You are not, you can't laugh at such a comical act. Unfortunately, in a general Shakosa. So nariseka. Muncherereko. So I couldn't hold myself, but I know that there are so many mature people in our country. They are serious people, like you, General. Number ine, strength yalipwa, amaka yalipwa, na monafe picture, na tampo kuseka. And so, Muncherereko, I would like to ask the forgiveness of General and the entire nation. Pantunadifirwa okuba mature. So I laughed, because it was extremely, extremely comical, just the presentation, right? Now, beyond the presentation, General, when we compare the two running mates, who do you think can be president?
Mrs. Nalumango was a minister. She was a deputy speaker of the National Assembly. She's a teacher. A lot of people will say she's not a professor. Yes, she's not a professor. But that lady, if God forbid anything happening to HH, I would be very safe to have Mrs. Nalumango as president. The first Zambian president. She feels safe. Yes. And one thing about her, when she doesn't know something, she will ask. She will ask to say, "Look, Norman or Tim, can you explain this? What does this mean?" She's not afraid. She's not afraid of asking.
Right.
So I would feel very comfortable. I would not feel comfortable with a presidency of Mrs. Law. Definitely not.
Okay.
It would be chaotic. It would be very divisive.
Yeah.
And you know, Mrs. Luo, Mrs. Nkanduluo, Professor Nkanduluo claims that she's a Catholic, a Christian. Her behavior in the Northern Province made me mad. If you listen to Mrs. Nalumango, everywhere she goes, she talks about one thing: we're one people, we are one nation. Let's respect each other. And she has never minced those words.
Right. There is definitely something to look up to there. Well, it really feels safe. I don't know what our viewers are thinking about the selection, but it feels quite comforting and safe. It feels like this is somebody who can lead a country.
Musha, I said that they blocked us today on internet, we were off for almost 30, 40 minutes. Internet was down deliberately. ZNBC never covered us. But the pictures which were coming from the provinces in the last 2 days, Nakonde, Mpulungu, Chipata, everywhere. Even this afternoon, that rally in Lusaka, PF cadres and their former ministers, what they were saying this afternoon was, it's over. PF, it's over. They can only win this election through a rigged election through ECZ. But even ECZ themselves, this year, we're not playing games. We know their trick is not going to work. So as far as we're concerned, we presented HH well, we presented the running mate well, the alliance members were very beautiful. We surprised them with a rally which we never announced. And the whole country now knows that's it. PF is gone.
All right. Now I need to say this again, now that the tickets are complete. Now, I know that General Chipako has a short name for the Mutale Nalumango ticket. I have tried to look for a short name. I can't find it. He does have it. But I have found a short name for the Lungu Luo ticket. President Lungu said it's Lungu Naluo. Some people are saying it's Lunguo. For me, I just took LU and LU, put them together. Short, powerful name, Lulu. But for the Hakainde Hichilema ticket, for me, I'm going to complete it. I'll just say it's the Hichilema Nalumango ticket because I can't find any short, easy to use word. So I'm going to go for the whole thing. What about you, General?
I think Lulu is beautiful. Lulu is beautiful, and it's gone viral because you called it Lulu. And I think the Hakainde Nalumango ticket that's the best way to call it. It's a fantastic combination. And can I clarify one thing, Munsha, for our viewers?
Right. Yeah.
Mrs. Nalumango is from Kaputa. She's got a Nalumango name which is Lozi, because the husband is Lozi.
Right.
Yeah. And so a lot of people didn't know that. And the guy who's standing in Kaputa, Elvis Nkandu, just look at the videos of how Nkandu was received in Kaputa 2 days ago. Yesterday.
It was amazing. Right. Yeah. Definitely. So she's Nalumango, which is a Lozi name.
Yes.
That's her married name.
That's her married name. But she is from Kaputa.
Right. Wonderful. One Zambia, one nation. That is what we mean, isn't it?
Exactly.
All right.
Munsha, we've been monitoring the last 2 days.
Right.
What happened after Lulu's team filed? The whole of PF is quiet. They are not on social media. They're all quiet.
No.
Even the noisy ones like Kampyongo are all quiet.
No. Yeah.
Dr. Bonanza was being booed in Samfia 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So what PF, as far as we're concerned, they're gone. Finished, gone.
Right. It certainly appears like that. Okay, now we've got to move that a little bit further now. With all these crises that we have in Zambia, I have read what the UPND and its president are saying they are going to do. And I am honestly excited about what they are saying.
Before we move to that, Musha.
Yeah.
Before we move to that, I've got news for your viewers this evening.
Okay.
There will be a petition in the next 4 days.
Against who?
Against Lulu. Whether
do you want my honest opinion about that or no?
I know your honest opinion, Musha. I know.
What's my honest opinion?
What I'm telling your viewers is whether the petition is thrown out or not. The truth is, There will be a petition. That's what I'm just announcing.
It's a waste of time. Look, it's a waste of time. You've already got the momentum as the UPND. So stop supporting things that are just going to be wasting your energy. Look at how wonderful today has been. Work on that. The problem is if you support such petitions, they get thrown out, it affects your energy because it will be thrown out.
Munsha, we are not the ones petitioning. I'm just telling your viewers that there is somebody petitioning, not us. UPND is on fire, and that fire can't be stopped. We are not petitioning.
I hope so. Yeah.
We're not petitioning. Somebody is petitioning. And I'm just telling you that in the next 3-4 days, there's going to be a petition. UPND fire, north, south, west, central, everywhere. We are on the move. We are ready for this. That's why I'm very happy now to go to the next stage, Musha, of what UPND is promising. I'm ready to discuss that. But I just wanted our viewers to know that get ready for another very interesting Lulu encounter.
So you are petitioning Lulu. Now, when we say Lulu, we are not referring to just Honorable Nkandulu or Professor Nkandulu. No, we are actually referring to the ticket. We've taken Lungu, L-U, and we've taken Luo, L-U, combined it together, and it has formed a very comical name, Lulu. So it's not because we are just trying to be unfair. We've just used the two things so that chitwangukire ko pakulanda Lulu. Because also alanda ati Lulu aishiva. So kanshi ngabaisa mukuchita campaign balungu na baluo. In short kulanda vyati balulu na vesa. Ati balulu bali pachisamba balulu. No, when you're talking about the Hichile, Mr. Haga in the Hichilema, Nawa ba Mutale Nalumango, mwe wa mashinobu suma, Haga in the Hichilema, Mutale Nalumango. I think this is a winning ticket, mwe. Munje reko, I don't think Lulu is a winning ticket, but Haga in the Hichilema Nalumango, it sounds like a very winning ticket. If there is betting, I don't bet myself, but I think my focus at the moment is that Ms. Haga Inde Hichilema is likely to be elected in August. The way I'm seeing and the feedback I'm receiving. And the tiredness yonde mona pali ba Lulu. Ukuba mona bonse babidi when they are standing together. Kutu wamona tababantu banaka amakana yapwa. Tabako etefia tabeshi bebuino yapwa maka. No energy. Low energy, low motivation, low focus, low everything. Error number on top of that, general, to abika pona confusion, dabwisha. Because how can you, president of a republic, ukudabwisha bonsaban to over your selection? How can you do that? It's unbelievable. Na timu walikwata tax-paid staff, na intelligence walikwata. Tax-paid staff na bakapokola walikwata na masoja ula komanda masoja walikwata masoja walikwata bakapokola walikwata ba intelligence walikwata yo pate walikwata yo staff, political director, shanyuko director, all of these people. And then at the end of the day you unveil a running mate wako, but first of all who is the defend worker we running mate te wenu wandi. Because everybody Muliam building was completely shocked. So that's why today it is Lulu Dabwisha. I'm a very serious man. Numba, if in Tunga Vyansekesha, I can't keep it to myself. Ndaseka. This is a Lulu Dabwisha. It's a very comical ticket. And so in the next few weeks, we need to continue. Pantu, this ticket has not only destroyed Zambia, Imitengo Shabunga shooting up. Panji Kaunda said that Abena Malawi. Ukutuari the Fiobunga Bena Malawi. ZNS is shooting people. Our relatives in Malawi. Ukubatuari la kofio tubunga mwebo, tubunga tuatuala. ZNS is shooting. Ba Bululu Shesu Bakasai. Pantwine kwena ndiwakuluwapula General. I'm from Milenge, right there in Milenge. You just cross the river. It's another country, Katanga. You can't even take utuwungo tunono to our relatives across the river. Aba ushiba nesu atiyo bapange kwefi yakulia. ZNS is shooting. Farmers can't make money from a few grains of maize that they have. Kanwa shooter. And yet, they are exporting. People connected to State House, they're exporting. Chimtengo is another issue. General, please tell us more about Chimtengo. What happened with Chimtengo?
Well, for the viewers who didn't know, Hanji said it very loud and clear. Chimtengo is a forest which is between Sinda and Petauke. In between there, this was a forest which was established by Kaunda many years ago. It used to do pine and all the trees. And next to Chimtengo, there was a farm which belonged to late Reverend Ben Zulu, who was a minister under UNIP. And Ben Zulu died, and his family has failed to maintain the farm. So they sold the farm to Tasira Lungu. And Tasira Lungu buys the farm from Reverend Ben Zulu's family and decides to fence the forest next door and turn it to our own property. And all of a sudden, people were not allowed to go and collect firewood. They were not allowed to collect mushrooms. They were not allowed even to go and collect fiber. In the villages, they use fiber to tie up things, to tie their hearts and so forth. They were not allowed to get that fiber. Yes. And they were not allowed because Tasira turned that forest into her own property. Meanwhile, the director of forest had told her not to do it. The PS had told her not to do it. She did it anyway. Until
so now when
we went to the Anti-Corruption Commission.
Yeah, so when I posted about Chimtengo Forest, some of our followers, they thought that nale tukana fie. Atumunsha uliwami ponto, ule ponte la Tasira. Nchibede no bane. Teine. It wasn't Teine yo. It was Kane Panji. Eba twebere. Okweba tiba Tasira. Bali wula fence. No good the fence. A government forest, known as Chimtengo Forest. Forest number 70. General, was it me?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't you. It wasn't me either. That's a fact. And that's why I'm saying to people, if Tasira, who's a councillor in Lusaka, can go and fence up a forest in Sinda, what happens if she becomes an MP or a minister under Lulu's government? She will fence up the whole of Kanyama. She will end up fencing up the whole of Mumbwa. And if you're not careful, she'll go and fence up the whole of Kawambwa. Because that's what people do.
It's so comical. Ukuyafika ku Kawambwa, General. No kubula fence. No kuichtas around Yonse ide Kawambwa. And then after she fences it, she tells everybody to go back number from today onwards. Kawambwa becomes mine.
Yes, possible, very possible. And the other thing, Musha and our viewers, if she can fence the whole forest, what else has she done secretly? And I want to remind you, our viewers, Tasira was named in the Mukula scandal.
Right.
And a Canadian organization revealed that they were selling Mukula to China. And they were undervaluing the sale of Mukula. She was named in that scandal. They threatened to take these people to court. They threatened the news diggers who revealed the story. Where is that case? Lulu has failed to go to court because they know that there's evidence over the Mukula. So if she can fence the whole forest, help herself to Mukula, what else has she done?
Right. Okay. So I'm going to bring in several of our friends that are online right now, so that they can ask a question or say something about whatever is happening in general. Is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy to hear the views of
our resident pharmacist, Jerome Kanika.
Good evening, General, and good evening, Mr. Mwinsha.
Good evening. Good afternoon.
Yeah, are you getting me?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Okay. What happened today, yes, at the Mulungushi Conference Center was very good. And to see that Akainda has settled for Nalumango, that's also another good move. Though that is a serious political move. You see, if your opponent have shown you what they have gone for, you need also to counteract what your opponent have done. But I would not ask or tell the UPND structure to relax and start waiting, because they have a lot of work that they need to do, especially in different provinces and constituencies. For example,
Right.
in Mufumbwe, Northwestern, which is known very well to be a UPND stronghold, they failed to fight in for council chairmanship. To me, that's a serious anomaly on the provincial chair who need to be suspended with immediate effect for the president to show seriousness. And not only that, as much as things may look rosy on the Facebook kind of, but on the ground there is serious battle.
Right.
There is serious battle, and that battle that need to be done, the UPND need to come into. Because one thing that I've heard or hearing from the people is Mr. Akainda Hichilema maybe may send some even resources to his provincial chairs to help in terms of mobilization for
Thank you.
For the party.
Thank you, Mr. Kanika. Much appreciated. As always, we appreciate Mr. Kanika's contributions here. And so it's up to you. For me, I'm not a you see, General, I'm not a UPND operative, right? Because I'm NDC, right? You know, General, that I'm NDC.
Can I comment on that? A quick one.
Please.
Our pharmacist is right. It has just been annoying in some areas. But what our Zambian people should understand is that PF has been working hard to buy people who are supposed to file their nomination, buy them the last minute. That is exactly what has been happening. One of them is Nalolo in Western Province, where they've gone to buy the candidates just before filing.
All right. Okay. We'll attend to that another day, General.
Yeah, we are seeing that pattern throughout. But I understand what he's saying. We need to work hard. We should get into the field.
Yeah. So now this is TV Bakwetu. And so when you like and comment and share, don't forget to send stars. There will be a program on which we are going to acknowledge everybody who has sent stars to this program. You know, we're going to call you by name unless you tell us not to. But we are going to mention and say that this person is our partner, you know, because TV Bakwetu requires and needs those stars. So don't forget to do that. Anyway, Mamba Jr., what do you have to say? Mamba Jr. is not there. Frank Saliki, very briefly, as usual, thank you very much for joining us. TV Bakwetu, here's General.
Good evening, TV Bakwetu. Good evening, General.
Good evening, Frank. You're looking smart today, young man.
Thank you very much. Just come from the office and joined you guys. So for me, really, it's really important as the country is going to be making a decision. We have to make a decision this year on what is going to be best for our future. Look at what the current government has done. There's something that Mr. Elias Munch always says. You give somebody a chance. If they work, or if they fail to work, you give another one a chance. And we have to evaluate what PF has done, what PF has given this country. This is going to be the biggest election that Zambia has had for a long time. And you as Zambian people, we have to make the right choice. I'm echoing somewhere.
There's an echo somewhere. I think somebody has a microphone. Can you just remain muted, please? And give Frank the chance to finish up. There's somebody who's got a microphone on, please. Just go ahead, Frank, please.
Yeah. So we have to make the choice that is going to be for our country. And I'm going to just, if you just give me just a few seconds to just address the young people. There's so many opportunities that could have been given to us, which have not been given to us. They told us they bought fire trucks for whatever, 1 million, one for 42. Our education has not been funded. Our young people are not receiving the same opportunities. The people who are my age, who I went to school with in Zambia, are not doing what I am doing today because those opportunities are simply not there. So this is going to be a choice for your future. What do you want your future to look like? Do you want the government that sends their children to schools abroad and closes universities at home? Do you want a government that says, we'll build this nice hospital, but there's no medication in there? So if you go in that hospital, there's no medication, you're going to die anyway?
Right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Saliki. Much appreciated. Mr. Saliki, you need to be campaigning. You need to be on the ground. You need to be on the ground. Thank you so much.
I'll be campaigning with General. I will.
No, we will,
all right.
Frank. We will.
Mamba Junior.
We have to win, Frank. We have to win.
Yes.
Mamba Junior. Yes, please.
Yes. Good afternoon, Musha, and good afternoon, General. Good evening, General.
Good evening.
Yes. I want to speak to the young at heart in Zambia.
Young at heart.
Right.
Yes. This coming election, it is not for Hakainde.
Right.
And it is not like I've heard people say Hakainde is not serious. He's not going around to campaign. He's not doing what? Or maybe he's not supporting the structures. I want you to ask yourselves a question as young people. If Hakainde lost in August, who will be the biggest loser? It is definitely we, the young ones, and the future of our children.
Right.
So let's take those. It's unfortunate I'm not part of the voting. I'm in the UK currently. But those that are in Zambia today, think of your children as you make a decision. It's not a time to dance our way to the polling station. It's a time to make a decision that will save Zambia. Thank you.
All right, Andrew Butcher. Thank you, Mamba Junior. Thank you so much. I hope the young and have heard from Mamba Junior. Andrew Butcher, tell us. How are you doing,
gentlemen? I'm okay. General, how are you?
I'm fine, Andrew. How are you?
It's good. We're excited today after today's fighting in nomination of Hakainde Hichilema and Nalumango. I think it's a good start for us in Zambia. So it's up to all of us now to work hard and then fit into the campaign and see how we can drive this thing. It's so dependent on all of us to move in and see how we can campaign for our candidate. We should not leave everything to Hakainde Hichilema and think he's going to campaign. With all this COVID now around, they are restricting campaign. So everybody should take it upon themselves to campaign for Hakainde.
Thank you, Andrew. Muchemwa, what do you have to say? Muchemwa is not.
He's muted. Muchemwa, can you unmute yourself, please?
Thank
you. All right. Thank you for having me. Can you get me?
Go ahead, please.
Can you get me?
Yes,
yes,
please,
we can.
Go ahead.
Can you get me?
Muchemwa, yes,
all right.
We can.
Thank you for featuring me on TV Backway too.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can say that.
I think there is probably something with the network, and so I had to remove all of our listeners. General, our discussion today must come to an end now. Thank you so much, General. Thank you, Mamba. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Andrew, Muchemwa, and Lay for them, and several other people that have joined us today. Yes, General, we have to end here.
Yes, I could say this has been a good day. We still appeal for Nawa, Mubita, and the rest of the people who are being detained to be released. Zambia, this is just the first step. I think everybody who wants change, who wants to see a better Zambia, you can do your part. We are saying it's going to be a 2-by-2 campaign. It's one person marking the other person this year. So I just wanted to say good night to everybody from TV Bakwetu, and thank you so much for giving us the support today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So that was General. Now, is there any comments that we can perhaps highlight here? My thoughts too, he defected on Monday today at MNDC. Are they talking about me? General, what political party do I belong to?
You are a Zambian, Musha. You can belong to any political party except Lulu's party. You can't join Lulu's party. You're not allowed.
No, but the other day we say that we all, I belong to PF. In 2001, Michael Sata said that we all belong to PF.
Wow. You belonged to PF, you can still belong to Lulu. It's up to you. But the truth is that Lulu has failed our country. So you have to make a decision. You can defect back to Lulu's party if you want. It's your right, Musha.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Oh, he's referring to one of us. In Zambia, you're talking about Frank and the way he speaks. Musungu. Nangwabyo musungu shani muntu wesu. Musungu. Muzambia n'abasungu twalikwata. And so Frank Musungu.
Frank
have you seen the comment
in the UK? So his English is English. He is educated in the UK, but educated in Zambia as well. So please don't blame him.
But how come in General? How come your accent is still like mine, General? Nishimwe Chai.
There's a saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So me, I'll have my accent as I am because I'm old. So I'll speak my Mumbu Chipata English.
Thank you, General. God bless you. This has been TV Bakwetu. My name is Elias Munsha, and we were here with General Chipakupaku, Mr. Norman Chipakupaku from Scotland. We really appreciate your partnership with our television. And so for now, God bless you. God bless our country. And we're going to see you again when we have more exciting things to talk about. Thank you so much. And thank you for all those that are sending stars to TV Bakwetu. Thank you so much. God bless you and God bless our country. Thank you.